21, verse 15.
Yeah.
For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay or resist.
Right, get me Jeremiah 5:14. The Lord said he's going to give, this is out of the mouth of Jesus. He gave us this. He said, I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. In other words, what they say, when we read these words of the one they call Jesus Christ or God, they won't be able to resist it. They will run down the road like she did. We're still standing. Like that homosexual Elton John sang. We're still standing. I'm still standing. Stronger than I ever will. I'm a true survivor. Right, read that.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 5, verse 15. 14.
Right.
Wherefore thus saith the Lord God of hosts,
Right.
because ye speak this word,
Right.
behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire,
Fire.
and this people wood,
And that woman was wood. These words is fire.
and it shall devour them.
And it devoured her. That's why she's gone up the road with her blonde hair. What is that wig she was wearing, man? Then the wigs, what they wear, it's got demons on it. They've got spells. And that's why the demon come out of her. She come up all humble at first. And then that Cuban demon jumped out of her. Yeah? What would you say? Huh? Well, our women, this is all right. We understand. Our women are destroyed. Get me Hosea 4 and 6. Yeah? What's that? Yeah. We know that. That's why this world has to go down, man. Because he said it's like Sodom and Gomorrah. What did I say? Hosea 4 and 6. Because like I said, our people are destroyed. They're walking around calling themselves black people when they're brown. West Indians, when West is the direction, and India means savage. So they call themselves savages from the West. We have been destroyed, man, under our enemies. Read that.
It says here, Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
God said these people, who's these people? The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. They are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Read on.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge,
She rejected it. He was trying to give her that understanding, that blonde hair. She didn't want it to come out because that would have extra cut her. So she started screaming like the demon she is. Read that again.
my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
Yeah, they're destroyed, walking around in their simplicity. Read.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me.
Right.
Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children.
Right, so the Lord is, get me Hosea 5 and 15. Right, the Lord said he's forgotten us, but not forever. All he does is just given us up into their hands for a dispensation of time. Read that.
Hosea chapter 5 verse 15.
Right?
I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offence.
And that's what we got to do. We're telling our people to acknowledge your offence, right? Your offence is your God. That's why you're at the bottom. Right? You offended him. Read on.
And seek my face.
Another one with that gun shit in their head. Read that again.
In their affliction they will seek me early.
Right, read that again. Go back to the top.
Hosea chapter 5 verse 15.
Right, read.
I will go and return to my place
This is God speaking.
till they acknowledge their offence and seek my face.
Right, and how do you seek the God's face? By coming out here and letting the servants show you what you're doing wrong.
In their affliction they will seek me early.
Right, and the affliction was coming. Get me out of the affliction.
Jeremiah chapter 7 verse 15. And I will cast you out of my sight, as I have cast out all your brethren, even as the whole sea of Ephraim.
Yeah. And what it was, if you know about the history, the Northern Kingdom was casted out of Samaria first. They was taken to the Americans. Right? Well, they left for the Americans. They dwelt there because when they was in the Syrian captivity, that they said, let's go to another land and keep the law, statutes, and commandments. But they didn't go there. They went there and they worshipped idols. So that's why God sent over there Christopher Columbus, Bartholomew Dedicassus, Vasco da Gama, and they were killing them over there. And she was from the Northern Kingdom. And it tells you that they are silly doves. And she was a silly dove. Not only silly, she was stupid. Stupid. Read that.
It's here.
Shape it again.
This is Jeremiah chapter 7 verse 15. And I will cast you out of my sight as I have cast out all your brethren, even the whole seed of Ephraim.
Right? So get me
Therefore, pray not thou for this people,
right?
neither lift up cry nor prayer for them.
And that's what the Lord said. Get me laugh at their bloody. Proverbs 1:20. Right? That's what he said. Don't lift up no prayer for these people. God said don't pray for these blacks, Hispanics and native Indians. Yeah, niggers.
It ties in this morning.
Niggers. I remember my friend saying the other day, these niggers. When we say nigger, you mean all the tribes. And Negro comes from the Latin term nigh, which means black. They're black in the mind. Their mind has been completely blacked out by slavery, by persecution. Yeah? They've become niggers. Blacks. That's what they call us, blacks. They're true, we are black, because we're black in the mind. Now read that.
So it's here, Proverbs chapter 1.
Let's start from the top.
Verse 20. Wisdom crieth without,
right.
She uttereth her voice in the streets.
Right, so that woman said, why are you here? Why are you here? Let's read that again.
So it's here, wisdom crieth without.
Right, wisdom crieth without.
She uttereth her voice in the streets.
She uttereth her voice in the streets.
She crieth in the chief place of concourse,
right.
In the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, how long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity?
How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity?
And scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
And fools hate knowledge.
Turn you at my reproof.
Right.
Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you.
And that's what we tried to do to that stupid Latin woman. Tried to make known the words of God, but she was making up her own. And I asked her, is that in the Bible? She said, no, it's not in the Bible. So why are you speaking words what are not in the Bible? It's not Proverbs 3 and 5 saying, leave it unto thy own understanding. That's why we're in this state. We've taken on, do what thou will, how thou feel. That is witchcraft. You understand? We know.
It says here, because I have called and he refused,
right.
I stretched out my hand and no man regarded.
And that's what she said. Nobody's stopping here. No, we're only out here for the blacks, Hispanics and Native Indians. She said no one's stopping it, and that's good. Because they're walking to their death, because they don't know this place is going to completely capitulate. You're going to have all implosion in this place. No food, right? No running water, that's coming. So it's good you don't stop and ask. You should be coming to ask and say, what are we going to do? But no, you're all wrapped up in your own little fantasy world.
Scripture says the simple pass on
and get punished. Right.
Can't.
Right? So it's true. The simple pass by and they're punished. Right? Only, just like it says, 2/3. John 10:27 said, my sheep hear my voice and they follow me. Right? Matthews 10 and 13 says, unto you is given, but to them it's not given. There's only a select amount of people who's going to get the word of God. The rest of you are going to walk by and get punished when there's no food in these shops. Yeah? You expect to wake up every morning and go to the cafe if you want. Lunchtime, go and get some McDonald's or a burger or fish and chips. And the evening, go to the supermarket. It's not going to be like that soon.
Yeah, like you said, just the simplicity, turning on the tap, having running water, and lights.
Right.
Because obviously she
and that's why I said to her, the man has made the world comfortable for her. That's why she's in that spirit. Because, and I explained to her, without men, you are nothing for them. Because just imagine if all the men now in this whole world died off, and they had to keep the infrastructure one running, the water, the electricity. That means they've got to go down to the library. Yeah, they've got to go down to the library and read all about it. By the time they're reading, there's people dying because the water's been turned stagnant, the electricity's gone out. So these women need men. It's only that the man has made this society comfortable for them to say, we don't need men, we're independent. But when the lights go out, we're going to see how independent they are when someone's banging on their door. You understand? Read that. We're going to see if they can turn into Xena, the warrior princess. Or Diana, what's that one name? Wonder Woman. Yeah.
That Tomb Raider.
Yeah, that Tomb Raider. What's her name? Lara Croft. Let's see if they can pull Lara Croft out of the hat. Yeah? Do that. Yeah, Qatar, wherever they are. And they've got these warrior women. Joan of Arc.
It's here, Proverbs chapter 1, verse 25.
Read.
And ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof.
Right, he said, look, all the Lord's counsel, man. Where is counselors, man? Right, so back to the Spanish. Your God's chosen. Go back to him, and he has the kingdom of heaven. After this place goes down, because this place is falling. In America, have you seen their shelves? There's no food in their shelves. The stuff is depleting faster than England. Australia's completely shut down. They've got draconian measures over there. They're beating the people in their head and everything. That's coming in. Understand?
France, Italy, riots going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's in Second Ezra's, the 9th chapter.
That's going on right now. We can go right now.
Right. Everywhere. And Italy, France, Greece. Even in Sweden, they're breaking up, they're raiding the Rothschild castles.
Remember in, what is it called? In Greece, I think it was a couple of years back, when they had that, the debt, when Greece was debt. And even the water in the fucking, the water in the fountain started to dry. Because people was using that, because obviously there wasn't any money.
And people was committing suicide. There's a lot of suicide rates when there's no food. You know about that, sir? Have you heard about the container problem they got? What have you been doing? Drinking beers all day or what? There's a problem. There's a breakdown of the system. You ain't heard about it? Yeah, and there's got every container problem. Saying they can't unload the containers to ship them to other countries to fill them up. Because you know about commerce, how it works, isn't it? They empty it, then they fill it up and ship it. The containers are sitting now in China. There's a million of them. And look, when you go in, have a look. Say, I think it's in California, off the California coast. There's 500,000 containers waiting to come in. They've got no labour to unload them, right? Because what are they mandating over there? Joe Biden's got that mandate that any government workers have to take the poison. And they're saying, some of them are saying, we don't want this poison. So what they're doing is they're walking off of their jobs. So the dock workers, they're depleted. So that the containers, they can't offload them fast enough to fill them up. So what it is now, there's a container problem. No harm, I tell you, put on the internet, eco-economist, right? YouTube, put it in, remember that friend, eco-economist. Just watch one of them and you say, oh, we're into wobble! Alright.
Because the thing is, when the commerce comes to halt, like these trucks and so forth,
right?
And then ultimately there's like a PS4 video game called The Last of Us, which actually shows you what happens, obviously, for lack of a better term, when the shit hits the fan. You're not going to see these superhero women like you see in the Hollywood movies fighting and beatboxing down 6-7 men at one time. That's not going to happen.
They're going to curl up underneath the bed or in the corner.
The quality, you're going to find out what quality is when the police, like in America, this woman when she went to the store, it took like 20 minutes. The police still didn't turn up. She went to another store and got attacked, whatever, and they still didn't pull up. They were still on the line for about 20 minutes, which shows you that this thing called equality is only an illusion while things are running. Okay, this is just to get people, still dumbed down so that when things really go dark, there's just a hell of confusion. And it's going to be worse on the women because this society breeds independence for women, not understanding that the man is the head of the household and he reigns supreme when it comes to survival of the fittest. It don't matter how much the woman changes. A man is able to put his emotions to the side and go into battle. It's not the same when it comes to women. It doesn't happen like that. That's why with that game that because I played at home and I played it here and there, and the little girl he had to look after to carry to another spot because they had to carry. They was like finding little bits and bobs to like manufacture stuff for weapons and
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And obviously he's transporting her somewhere.
Right.
But he was hungry, obviously. But she was the only one that came out and said, "Oh, I'm hungry." But he was hungry. He had a mission to do. Right. But it's just that he wasn't complaining about it.
A lot of these men are going to abandon their women when this happens, bruv. Yeah? Get the best of him now. Get Ecclesiastes 12 and 1. So these women are going to really find out what it is to be a woman. Because they think that we got this world wrapped around our finger. When it implodes, we're going to see. Right? When there's no food in the shop. We're going to see how it's going to put up a fight. We're going to see if we're going to need a man in that day, yeah? Because it's independent of Beyonce and all that. This is independent across the world. We're going to see how independent.
Who runs the world, yeah?
Right?
Okay, we'll
Get Ecclesiastes 12 and 1.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 1.
Right?
Remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth.
Right?
While the evil days come not.
Well, the evil days come not, read.
nor the years draw near,
Right.
when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
Right, you done?
That's when the shops and everything.
Yeah, when I have no pleasure, yeah.
It says here, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened,
Right,
nor the clouds return after the rain.
right.
Okay, that's the knowledge, reason, understanding of the scripture. Okay, it says here, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the keepers of the house, and these what is it?
Stock market.
Economic what is it?
Yeah, there's
Climate
like the
readers.
stock market, the people, like Jim Rogers, what's the other one's name? Gerald Salenti. These guys here, they're economists. They tell you what's happening with the economy. You understand? The keepers of the house shall tremble. The bankers, they're already trembling. Read that again.
Because while there was like this lockdown thing, people was obviously that was further working from home,
Right.
was investing more
Right.
because obviously they was at home, so they was putting even more things into the stock market.
Right.
So that when this shit collapses,
Right.
there's certain people that have put millions and they transferred all of their stuff in.
Right, right.
Because they thought it was going to get a big return when everyone comes back.
Yeah,
That's
what
not
it
going to
is,
happen.
We're transitioning to a digital currency, so the money what they got in the bank, they're going to have they had bail-ins, now they had bailouts, but now they're going to have bail-ins when they run into people's accounts and take their money. They've done it in Greece as well.
Pension, yeah, exactly.
They've done it to
And people
Greece.
was only able to take out
Right.
£60 on
Yeah.
English money,
Right.
£60.
Right.
And some people got
And they were
families.
lined up at the banks, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people got families. I still remember when the fountains come out. When the fountains are there, you know you're fucked.
Yeah.
People drink like the fucking fountain. Ain't no one
At the
drinking that
toilet
water.
or wherever, you know what I mean?
Ain't no one drinking it.
So that means that our redemption is our life.
It says here, in the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble,
The day when the people of the house shall tremble.
and the strong men shall bow themselves.
Yeah, that's your army, bro. The strong men are going to bow themselves as well.
They're ready.
You remember America now? They're having problems with the strong men. They don't want that poison. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they're bending themselves and saying, no, I'm not taking that. So that's depleting America's army, man. Plus they're full of transgenders and homosexuals and all kind of reprobates, lesbians. Yeah. And that's what's making their army very weak. That's why China is making their move. You know what I mean?
Yeah, now.
Yeah, they're making a move
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And plus what it is, you see Joe Biden and all them, they're double agents for China. They're communists. Yeah, they're helping China. That's why General Milley, when Trump was in office, he told one of the top generals in China, he told him, if Trump is ever going to launch an attack on you, this is the top general in America. He said, I'm going to ring you and let you know. You understand? Here we go.
It says here,
We're going to have World War III, people, and the earth is going to burn like an oven. Okay?
it says here,
Another cleansing instrument, another cleansing instrument, a nuclear missile. What burns at 2 spaces? What burns at 1,000,000 degrees? Yeah? This is why we need to burn these people off the land.
it says here.
They're wicked as hell. Who is that? She's the man, you know the man. That's what I'm sure.
Let the police go.
Yeah, no.
You ain't got to understand.
Yeah, because they protect them with a sword, you know what I mean?
You're not you.
That is insane. I'm surprised I had a lesbian girl out here the other day. I was trying to tell her, don't want to sing no more. I'm surprised she didn't. But she got onto the camera and said, I'm a lesbian. And I'm proud of it.
Proud of that.
I go for it. Oh, the greatest sing song in my
Yeah, exactly. And I did not.
As Isaiah. Isaiah 4:9.
I told you well. There was a lot.
You want to see that Brixton is like a 6'4" bricklayer. And he walks in, he's wearing a skirt up to here, like his big calves and got ponytail. Right. But I'm trying to take a video and see have you seen it? Have you seen it? Yeah, she just laughed. She said, don't get on me.
This is it.
Yeah, then she said, and the Lord said that at your destruction, I was just smiling or something, said, isn't it?
Oh, so laugh.
Yeah.
So it's here.
Look at that. It's all over this place, man.
And the grinders cease.
Right, read up again. The grinders is what? There's no work, there's going to be no work in this place. No already
The grinders cease because there are few.
Because there are few jobs. Okay?
And those that look out of that window be darkened.
Yeah, those that look out the window is darkened. That means no future.
Yeah, economic climate.
Yeah, there's no future for them, yeah? Because now, before back in the day, they could send their kids to college, they go to university, and when they come out of university, there's plenty of jobs. But now they're fighting. When they come out of university, they've got to go and work in McDonald's. It's franchises.
Now it's funny, even though university is a scam, now they're taking anyone with any rating.
Yeah.
They're taking anyone. Jesus. Obviously, all this hype before about you got to be a certain level to get in. Now anyone can just go. It just shows this for
The prestigious university.
it's not even prestigious.
Higher learning. Yeah. No, because they want money. Anyone. They take anyone who's got money now. You know what I mean? That shows you that the Roman Empire is exploding. It happened in the Appian Way, man. If you know about the Roman Empire, the Appian Way is where the trade, where the trade used to come in. And that road started to match that, and they're constantly in the trade. It's the same thing.
It said all roads.
All road, yeah, and that was Appian Way. I think that.
It says here, and the doors shall be shut in the streets.
And what?
The doors shall be shut in the streets.
One more time.
And the doors shall be shut in the streets.
And the doors shall be shut in the streets. Just like when the Rome first come. The doors were shut in the streets. But this time it's going to be for good. Yeah? Because there's going to be no electricity. You can't run a shop without no electricity. Yeah? You can't have a shop open when you've got no things to sell. The economy is having problems. And you guys walking around thinking that it's going to be like this every day, walking around in the shop. We're coming to the end of the Roman Empire, the Greco-Roman Empire. It's over. Alright?
It says here.
Read out.
And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low.
When the work is low. They're having problems, like I say, in the very capital of Edomites, America. They're going to go into civil war. They're going to go into, what's that thing where they got the camps, the internment camps, when the army come in, they call it something. Martial law. Yeah, they're going to have martial law in America. Just like in Australia now, they're using that totalitarian way of locking down. They're beating the people in their head. Just like when the Rona first come out, who was it they gave it to? They had these Caucasians lining up getting their 2 shots. Are you going to get your boosters? Are you going to get your boosters?
What's this got that stuff from Venom in it? What's that from black stuff?
Graphite.
Yeah, it's got graphite in it.
Yeah, it's got all kind of baby fetus in it, everything.
But now they've got to declare the ingredients and what's
Yeah, have you heard that? Yeah.
So now they're going to have to actually declare what's in it.
Yeah, it's got baby fetus in it, aborted babies, it's got graphite in it, it's got nanotechnology, right? Because they're hacking the human body now. So get your boosters, yeah? Get your boosters, get your boosters. When it comes, they lie to you, yeah?
See what Rashford was giving them up?
Yeah, we give them a good advice, innit? Get your boosters. Yeah, I'm going to get mine. I'm going to be the first in line. I'm going to wake up early to get my booster, yeah? Going to boost you further, boost you into your brain, or into your coffee.
Oh, shit.
Yeah? And read that.
It says here, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up like the voice of the bird.
Yeah, read up. We'll come to the end of that, goes in more.
He shall rise at the voice of the bird. Just like in these so-called third world countries, they don't have the alarm clock, the natural alarm clock is the cockle, the bird. Okay? When you hear that cock-a-doodle-doo, that's when it's time to get out. When you hear the birds creaking, that's when it's time to get out. Now, you're not going to have your alarm clock set. It's going to be switched off because no one's going to be working.
And there's no cockroach and stuff.
So you hit the bird, that's the only way you're going to know it's time to get out.
Right. You know, a lot of these women, and what happens when a society falls apart, women and children and old people, they're the ones that are more vulnerable. You know what I mean? They can't fight for the stuff. They can't put up a fight. So they become like Putin. It's like if you show me these films, The Road, what was that film you mentioned with Denzel Washington?
Oh, Book of Eli.
Book of Eli. This is what we're going into these times now. Because the God of the planet is going to visit it. And when he visits it, he don't visit it with flowers and chrysanthemums and daffodils. He visits it with earthquakes, with famines, with death and destruction. And it's coming. Why? Because our people was put into captivity now and he's chosen. Huh? Yeah, but I've got it here, innit? Let's close out on your one, innit? Yeah?
I'm going to close out. It says, let's hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High, keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. I'm going to clear out this battery's running low, so I'm going to say all praise to Yahawashi Mashah. I've got honest to the elders apostle, great millstone. Titus and the application of sincere truth. Quite Mashawah, Mashawah.
I know.